So I really couldn't quite see the screen very well here. It looked like it was about 15 by 15 pixels right there. So
Oh, okay.
am I correct in inferring that when you're showing off the combat, you're showing off multi-orc combat?
Yes.
Okay, so that basically you could tell, the concern from QA was that you couldn't tell which orc was being targeted at any given point, which one you're fighting?
Yes. It's just more a case of we want it so the player's facing them. So if it's a bit more to the left, it points to them, so you're facing them. This makes it a bit more engaging, if anything, I think.
Well, yeah, no, that's smart. I mean, feedback, as we know, is one of the most important things we do. I mean, especially in iOS, when you're tapping on a screen, you can never, unfortunately, assume with an iPad or with an iPhone that you have audio.
Yeah.
Because, whenever I take my iPad, anywhere, I almost never bring the headset. And so if I'm not going to plug it in and do the super immersive gaming experience. I'm going to fire the game up and maybe have a little bit of audio on the airplane or whatever, and then I have to rely on really, really obvious graphical feedback. So that's really cool that you did that. It sounds like you put some work also into combat. I wouldn't forget navigation.
Yes.
As far as how you can make the world easier to navigate. You guys, if I recall, are one of the few that had kind of the tap-to-go controls, which I love. I'm a big fan of. But I also would love to be able to just kind of swipe around and kind of look around the world around my character. You could get some really great exploration there, whereas you have kind of a plain spline path with players going up the mountain, but if you stop and turn around and look behind your guy, you might be able to see little treasures that are nestled away. So yeah. I know combat's a big focus for you, but in a game like this, you're definitely going to want to have some exploration. The credit stuff looks cool. You guys worked really hard on this, and really obviously you want to show off that it's your names, especially being younger developers. You want to kind of make a name for yourself in the industry. One thing I'd advise is, with the kind of setup you have, is you could actually have one of those classic sequences where the character is just going on a bit of a journey, and maybe it's just a 2-minute walk that's just a nice scenic walk, and throughout that walk you just have the names appearing in the bottom right, that has some music playing, and just integrate it with an interactive gameplay sequence. That's one of the things that I've been moving towards from my own end creatively, is less remove you from the game and what can we do to tell the story, and even tell tutorial and kind of credits lists within the game. So that's kind of my main advice. It looks like you've made some really good progress, but remember that sticking with it is really, really important as well.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to actually add into our game as well. Really agree with you on that one.
Cool. Awesome.
So,
guys.
Yeah, we plan on adding sound in as well, like you mentioned. It's a really key important feature, which we will be adding later on in next couple of days build. We've got all the sound pre-composed. We just need to put it in now, which shouldn't be too long.
Cool. One other minor thing I wanted to bring up to you, and this is just a general lesson for iOS gaming, is when you play an iOS game, the assumption is that I'm just going to sneak in one round. If you're playing Angry Birds or Cut the Rope, nobody sits down and says I'm going to play these games for 2 or 3 hours, right? It's always like, I'm just going to do one match. Next thing you know, 3 hours in, you've done 13 different boards at 3 stars, and the sun's coming up, right? And that's like the kind of beauty of the trick of iOS gaming, is it's not jumping into a 90-minute dungeon instance. It's a micro experience, and then it becomes a macro. So I'm not sure what that translates to for you as far as combat encounters or adventure. Try and keep things kind of small and self-contained. And not to get into too much detail, but this is one of the factors that's affecting the dungeon length in Infinity Blade dungeons in the future.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. I'll get that. I'll get it added in. But yes,
awesome.
That's our presentation. Sorry, I wish we would have showed you more, but for the time, we'll definitely improve it anyway. So yes.
Get some rest after this.
Yeah, well, thank you. No problem. Thanks so much, Cliff.